Chinese people are humans. They are not animals. There is no difference.
好厉害
We are best.
Yeah
Whenever I'm with you, I am alright. There's something about the way you make me feel.
兴奋、激动、很累，但是
This is something you should know about Chinese parents. They want the best for their children. They are so supportive of their children. They will set examples. They set the right examples for their children, and they are there for their children. They protect their children. This is something that you never hear about Chinese parenting style from these Western medias. They take every little thing and twist it to make it and generalize it. Parents can really set a good example for their kids. You can actually see when we were doing sports, you can see the parents could run. They just set a good example for their kids. They were not like, oh, I'm a parent. Like, parents are so hands on. I tell you, they're so hands on. They're so competitive in the activities that we had. Parents were just doing all sorts, The event was so fun. You couldn't tell who is a parent, who is a teacher, who is a child, because everybody would just come in together for one cause. Everybody knows the purpose of being in that place at that time, which is an amazing thing. Hello everybody, hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Simply Rhoda. If it's your first time on this channel, honey, please subscribe to my channel and join this family. I promise you, you won't regret your decision. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about Chinese parents and the Chinese parenting style. You see, over the weekend, my school held this huge event that we may call it a sports day, but it was more than a sports day. It was a huge success. It left everybody so exhausted, but overall everybody was fulfilled, satisfied, and happy. It is still the talk of the town right now. It may left you wondering, is this really China? Yes, it is. There's been a lot of shaming and a lot of criticism when it comes to parenting in China, as it is labeled by the Western researchers. They label Chinese parents as authoritative. They instill authority in their kids. Their parenting style is to control the kids through punishments and withdrawal of love. This is something that I didn't agree with in the first place. In my opinion, Chinese parents, just like any parent, wouldn't want to see their children making poor decisions. Every parent would want the best for their children. So we don't spare Chinese parents out, although they actually show it. They show it. They don't do it secretly. They show it on how they want their children to achieve, how they want their children to be successful, just like any parent. I don't know of any country that doesn't require their children to succeed in life. I don't know of any country like that. But then because it's China, it gets twisted a story out of this. Some of the things that I found while I was researching meant to be a kind of Chinese parenting style. Authoritarian parenting is a style of child rearing that emphasizes high standards and tendency to control kids through shaming, really. The withdrawal of love and other punishments. You see, in China, if anybody has been to China or if you have lived in China before, you probably know that Chinese kids are the most loved kids ever, because you find in the past, China used to have a one-child policy. So you find a family has one child. That means that child will have parents, right? Two from the mother side, two from the father side. I've witnessed firsthand the fight for love, the fight for having the closeness to the child, to the parents or the grandparents, but I've seen it a couple of times, because you know what, I'm a kindergarten teacher. I teach in a kindergarten, so I always see these kinds of love. In China, everything is centered on the child. From the first day the child is born, sets of parents will come together to look after the child. They don't want any harm to befall on that child. Even in my school, in the kindergarten, a child can have a scratch or a fall. It is a big deal. Why? Because there's so much love for that child that the parents would not afford to see their child in pain happening to that child. Hence, you can actually tell that these kids are very much. When I read this article that says the parenting style is kind of shaming, and also the withdrawal of love on them. Like, this is untrue. This is just a twisted way to label Chinese parenting style as bad, which is totally wrong. As little kings or little queens, I think most parents have this ability to communicate with their kids non-verbally, just glancing or staring at each other. They know the message that is being passed on. So let's just not say the Chinese parents are the one that does that, and it's also taking as a bad thing. Every parent, regardless of race, country, culture, is the same. Mothers does that to control their kids in public. Okay, I really don't know which kind of researcher was this, who came up with all this stuff, but to my understanding, every culture, parents do things for their kids. Even myself, I work, I do extra work just because I want to prepare my son for a better future. So every parent does that. And I don't think every parent will have to remind the child that I'm doing this for you, because it's something that is kind of passed from generation to generation. We all want to take off our own. I know in the American culture, it might be different, but I kind of really relate with the Chinese kind of parenting style because it's almost similar to the African one. And I don't see why it is regarded as punishing the children, because I think it's the right way of modeling your child, right? So in this case, as a parent, it's my responsibility to take care of my own, to take care of my child, because nobody will do that for me, right? It's my responsibility. So I know in cultures like in America, I know when a child is 18, for some countries, for some people, maybe I'm not speaking for all, but for the ones that I know, when the child turns 18, they are regarded as adults. They can fend for themselves. They can find a job or whatever to look after themselves. But for me, in my country, you can be 20, 21, as long as you're still living under your parents. You're still their child. Their responsibility is to take care of you. That's why we say when we grow up, when we started working, we always take care of our parents. That's why you find there is less homelessness. Take care of each other. When I'm young, my parents take care of me. When they are old, I take care of them. So it's something natural. It's something expected of us. It's something that has been passed on from generation to generation. Anyway, let me just drive you to what I've learned about the Chinese parenting style. Like, I'm a kindergarten teacher, and over the past weekend, we had a huge event, like I mentioned earlier on, and whereby parents had to come to participate. They bring their kids and be part of the celebrations of the sports day, as well as celebrating the Children's Day, because we didn't have a big event for that. So we kind of include everything in a kind of a sports day, whereby parents, grandparents join in as families. So what I've noticed is parents can really set a good example for their kids. You can actually see when we were doing sports, you can see the parents could run. They just set a good example for their kids. They were not like, oh, I'm a parent, I cannot do it. Parents are so hands-on. Chinese parents are so hands-on. I tell you, they're so hands-on. They want to set a good example. They are so competitive in the activities that we had. Parents were just doing all sorts, the event was so fun. You couldn't tell who is a parent, who is a teacher, who is a child, because everybody would just come in together for one cause. Everybody know the purpose of being in that place at that time, which is an amazing thing. Everybody loved. Everybody was exhausted the same way, but everybody was happy. So the overall result was a huge success for that event. This is something you should know about Chinese parents. They want the best for their children. They are so supportive of their children. They will set examples. They set the right examples for their children, and they are there for their children. They protect their children. This is something that you never hear about Chinese parenting style from these Western medias. They take every little thing and twist it to make it and generalize. I'm not saying every parent is perfect in China, but to what I have recognized, to what I have witnessed myself living in China for over 10 years, I can safely say that Chinese parenting style is not any other different from other countries. They all care for their children. Chinese parents all want the best for their children. Most of them want the best for their children. So they will do the same. But like what you do for your children, they also do. People are humans. They are not animals. There's no the race, okay? So they also love their children equally the same as the people in the Western, the people in Africa, the people in Europe. They all love their children the same way. So as you can see, this was a day filled with love. They are so respectful of the teachers. Chinese parents respect the teachers. You should know that. They respect the teachers and they take the teachers' advice, which is something that I really, really love. And yeah, overall, tell me what you think about the style. Have you ever heard of any other parenting style that are proclaimed to be Chinese parenting styles that I may not know, that you may think that are valuable to share? Anyway, if you have watched this video to this end, you are one of the people that love my channel and what I'm doing. So go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And also do not hesitate to share this video to other people who may have questions about Chinese parenting style or what Chinese parents do during their free time. What do they do with their kids? Do they love their children? Do they limit their love on their children? Do they punish their children? These are some questions that people may have based on what they have heard about the Chinese parenting style. But I'm here to share with you and to show you the real truth about how parenting is done here and what I've learned so far from this kind of parenting styles. Anyway, if you've reached to this, thank you so much for clicking today and watching this video. Let me know in the comment section what you would like to know or what you'd like to see more on my channel. I've also sent a post in my community. You can also head over there, check out, and let me know. I did a poll there on what you, my viewers, would love to see more on my channel, whether you want to see me more interactive videos with the Chinese people, or you would like me to show you more about China's progressive and China's growth videos on my channel. Thank you so much for clicking, and it's goodbye for now. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
好几遍，我看见了，再看，再看，
我回家之后，
讲啊，看了，怎么想一想，
真的厉害
对啊，没有看过差不多这样的，
我们在做运动会的时候，我们就想要一个效果，就是哇塞。
每次，就是 different，我就
因为
是
我觉得我这个人是独一无二的，
对，you
所
are
以我
so
希望我的
good，
所有活动都是独一无二的。
you are so good, you are the best.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I like it. I love you. Bye bye. Headmistress, she's very good at planning, and she always take her time to brainstorm and finally put up the work. So that's a huge success. So you see, we put effort, put determination, work hard, everything will come out so perfect. Perfection is the word. So thank you for subscribing.